working on it. Okay. Got it. We got it.
Good afternoon. You also good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So third time will finally work. Good afternoon and welcome to the ICIS 2019 Awards Luncheon. When I stepped by the registration this morning, they handed me an envelope. I forgot the envelope, but I brought the content to quickly report that we have more than 2,000, exactly 2,057 participants. Thank you all for coming.
So, without further ado, we're welcome. We're excited to welcome to the stage our 2019 ICIS program chairs. They worked tirelessly to bring you an outstanding program that you've experienced in the last couple of days, and we want to thank them for their dedication to the conference. Thank you all. Please welcome Weifeng Bo from Nanyang Technological University, Jan-Marco Leimeister from University of St. Gallen, and Sunil Wattel from Temple University, and I think he's moved, so are you not at St. Gallen? Are you still there? Yeah, okay, we're good. All right.
All right.
Thank you.
So thank you all for being here, and special thanks to Helmut and Jane for this really extraordinary event. And if there is one thing to remember from all what we're going to say here today, it's very simple: all-time high, right? So whatever it is that you shall remember, that is the message, and it gives us a good idea about the state of our discipline: all-time high. So this has been unlike any other ICIS before, at least to me, and we have been working now for almost 2 years to make this an exciting and innovative conference. And one of the areas where we tried to innovate for you and with you was in the context of the programming. So what we tried to change was the role of the short papers. In the past, we used to have short papers as posters, and in the very early days, we had them as part of the conference program. So what we try to do is bring them back into the program, and we're curious to learn from your feedback whether that has improved the quality of discussion and interaction. So please share that experience with us. The second thing that we introduced was the concept of, or the new format of PDWs, Professional Development Workshop. We had 4 this year. My feedback so far, that might be biased, was very positive. Please let us know how you felt about that new format and whether you perceived that as useful. I would like to take that opportunity to thank the PDW organizers for doing that. I liked it a lot. The last thing that we changed, yeah, give them a hand. The last thing that we tried to improve was concerning the review process. And we tried to introduce a new way of giving feedback to papers that would probably not make it through the review process by introducing something that we like to call early and constructive rejects. So the idea was for those papers to have our expert AEs give them in a timely manner a feedback that is developmental and helps them to improve without requiring additional reviewer time. So again, please give us feedback on how you perceived that, if you were affected, and if that was a good improvement for the community. Could we have the next slide, please? Let's go to the stats and look at the numbers, right? So again, all-time high. So never before have we had more submissions. We had 1,548, and it almost equally distributes across short and full papers, plus the panels and the PDWs. The overall acceptance rate, you can see, is at 27%, And again, almost the same acceptance rate for full and for short papers. So to me, it's important to communicate to you that the short papers were as competitive as the full papers when it comes to acceptance. And this is also an important message, I think, for you of those who made such contributions. Let's look at the paper provenance. And this is a distribution considering that we're in Munich. Might explain a little bit why it's so popular among Germans. But on the other hand, we see that it's a stable distribution across a couple of conferences now. And you see that there are apparently also different acceptance rates for each country. So me now being in Switzerland, that means that I'm congratulating my Singaporean colleagues, almost the same size, right, when it comes to the market, but they're apparently having better acceptance rates. So that's something that we will try to change for the next time. But challenge accepted, thank you. So, but that's just me. Right, okay. Let's look at the most popular tracks out of 23. And I think it's remarkable to look at the top 3, right? By submissions, we had the crowds track to attract most submissions, directly followed by the human-computer interaction track, and human and IS behavior track, and then we have the analytics track. And it gives you a glimpse into what is currently at the heart of most people submitting, right? So it's a good sense of what drives us interest-wise.
So let me walk you through the review process. We had 76 tracks who recruited 706 associate editors. So like it takes a village to raise a child, all of you have contributed in some way to the success of this ICIS. But I want to take this moment to recognize a few individuals who made exemplary contribution in making this ICIS a success. In the review process, so let me first, we'd like to thank our track chairs. These individuals put in hundreds of hours of work to facilitate the timely handling of the record number of papers that Marco just talked about. So I would request all of our track chairs to please stand up and be recognized for your exemplary effort. So next, we'd like to thank some of our associate editors who were nominated as the best associate editors for their track based on the volume, the timeliness, and the constructiveness of their AE reports that they provided. So again, can I ask all these best AEs to stand up and be recognized for their effort? And last but not the least, we would also like to thank the reviewers who were nominated as best reviewers for their track. Some of these reviewers handled more than 9 papers and did it with a smile. So can we ask all our best reviewers to stand up and be recognized? So as a way to thank all of these individuals, for the first time in ICIS, we actually had a separate reception honoring all of them, where their contributions were appreciated and recognized with plaques and certificates. And we hope that this is a tradition that future ICIS program co-chairs will continue as well.
All right. So now that we have recognized the track chairs, AEs, and reviewers who contribute so much to our review process, this is the time we're all waiting for. We want to be here to honor our award winners. So let me move on first to the best theory paper. The best theory paper recognizes papers that contribute significantly in terms of advancing the theory in a particular area. We want to thank our judging panel who have given their time willingly to participate in evaluating. So this includes Fred Niederman from St. Louis University, Leslie Wilcox from LSE, and David Kevin from Drexel University. So thank you so much for your efforts. And let me announce the best theory paper. Next slide. And that would be titled Tension Resolution and Sustaining Knowledge Flows in Online Communities by Tanas Gauzen, Hani Safadi, and Elena Karahana from the University of Georgia, and Fawud Chabib and Colleen Young from Mayo Clinic. Can I invite these award winners to come up and receive our plaques? And as we're handing out our awards, let me introduce our next category. So the next award category is the best short paper. As Marco has mentioned, our short papers were just as competitive compared to our full papers this year. So as ICIS tradition, we invited next year's program chair to serve on the judging panel. That includes Alina from University of Georgia, Supratik Saka, University of Virginia, and Gal Ostricia Singer from Tel Aviv University. Sorry, Gal, for butchering your name. All right, so we thank them for the efforts that they have put in. So let me first announce the runner-up to the best short paper. This would be the effectiveness of governance mechanisms in crowdfunding by Moritz Schultz and Ivo Bloom, both from University of St. Gallen. All right, so the best short paper winner would be, next slide. Can conversational user interfaces be harmful? The undesirable effects of privacy concerns. This is by Stephanie Sohn at the Technical University Braunschweig. Okay, so the final category, at least under our hands, is the best paper. So the best conference paper, this is for the full papers, and as tradition for ICIS, we felt that it's important for the program chairs to decide and evaluate, and so I have the honor of doing this with my co-program chairs, and we selected 2 runner-ups and 1 best paper. So the second runner-up for the best paper would be Development Dynamics of Digital Infrastructure and Organization, the case of global payments innovation. Very long name, yeah? Winners are Juan Geraldo, Michelle Ivatal, Jonas Hetman from Copenhagen Business School. And the first runner-up for the best paper is Say Hello to Coding Tutor, Design and Evaluation of a Chatbot-Based Learning System Supporting Students to Learn to Program. Sebastian Hobart from University of Göttingen. And finally, the best paper for our conference. That goes to the value of alternative data in credit risk prediction, evidence from a large field experiment. This is from Tian Lu and Beibei Li, Carnegie Mellon University, and Yingjie Zhang, UT Dallas. Can we invite our winners on stage? Thank you very much. So that are all the categories that us as program chairs will be presenting. But this year, we have the honor of working with Kaufman Foundation, and they sponsored several awards that is focused on innovation and entrepreneurship. So can I have the honor of inviting Travis Howe from the Kaufman Foundation up to present the awards?
Thank you, Wei. A primary mission of the Kaufman Foundation is economic development and opportunity provision through entrepreneurship. The foundation fulfills this mission in part by supporting researchers seeking to understand the determinants, the impediments, and consequences of entrepreneurship. The purpose of the 2019 ICIS Paper Award Program is to identify relevant and innovative research in the field of information systems that has direct practical implications to entrepreneurship and that addresses pressing economic and social problems. It is therefore with great pleasure that I announce the best student and overall paper winners. So the award for best student paper goes to Elmira Vandenbroek, Anastasia Sergeeva, and Marlene Huseman of VU University for their paper titled Hiring Algorithms and Ethnography of Fairness in Practice. The award for Best Paper goes to Xiaoning Wang and Lin Wu of the University of Pennsylvania for their paper titled Can Social Media Alleviate Inequalities? Evidence from Venture Capital Financing. So thank you to all researchers for your submissions and furthering research in the topic of entrepreneurship, and congratulations to the winners. Next, I would like to invite Joey George and Soren Paul to stage to discuss ICIS 2020.
Good afternoon. I'm Soren Paul, co-chair of ICIS 2020. For quite some time now, I've been waiting for this particular moment, a moment when the dream has come true for some of us, a dream that we'd like to make memorable. Yes, I'm discussing about ICIS 2020, the premier IS academic research conference, which will be held in India, the country where IT and IT-enabled services play a major role. A lot of innovative activities are going on. What a wonderful opportunity to integrate research with service in the area of information technology. The conference team has been working hard to make it a very successful event, but this particular year at ICIS 2019 in Munich, the bar has been raised so high. It's a big challenge, but I'm quite confident that we will make it. It will be a successful conference. It will be a memorable conference. And on behalf of the conference committee, I invite all of you to attend the conference, be at the conference, experience the life of Hyderabad, experience the cultural mosaic that India offers. You will hear more about Hyderabad, India, and the conference details from Professor Joey George and Professor Rahul De. And now I invite Professor Rahul De to say a few words. Professor De is a professor and chair of information systems at Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore, and he is the president of AIS India chapter. So, Professor De.
Thank you, Soren. I'm very happy to be here to try and invite you to ICIS 2020 in Hyderabad. India, as you know, is a major IT player in the world. In fact, the IT revenues annually are close to 180 billion US dollars. It comes from 1.1 million active IT firms and about 6 million employees. These firms work in about 80 countries around the world. And this includes close to 7,000 plus startups in IT and in digital space. So India is a major has a major IT industry, and Hyderabad city, where this conference is going to be held, is also one of the major hubs where IT is done. In fact, all the major companies like Microsoft, Amazon, Google, SAP Labs, and Infosys and TCS also have offices in Hyderabad. Now, Hyderabad is one of the finest heritage cities in India. It is known for its palaces, the museums, the Nizams, who were some of the richest people in the world at one point. It has a laid-back culture, and very importantly, it has great cuisine. In fact, Hyderabad is listed in the UNESCO Creative Cities Network for stunning array of cuisines. I will name a few. You would have all heard of biryani, and Khubani ka meetha, sheer korma, shahi tukda, cut dosa, badam ki jali, and halim. These are just some of the delicacies that are available in the lanes and bylanes of the old city of Hyderabad. In ICIS 2020, you will also meet the Indian IS community. The Indian chapter of the IS has 120 active members, and we have already held 3 workshops to encourage scholars to write papers for ICIS 2020. The Indian IS scholars also have experience in hosting international conferences. In fact, we held the IceGov in 2017 along with the ACM SIG MIS, as well as several IFIP conferences in India. Most importantly, December is the best time to visit India. The south of India is warm, is sunny, and beautifully pleasant. From Hyderabad, there are at least 4 destinations: Goa, Trivandrum, Mysore, Madras, and you can add Hampi to it, which are just about an hour's flight away. The connections are excellent. The connections from international destinations are excellent. Getting a visa is pretty easy, and traveling to India at this time of the year is just a wonderful experience. So on behalf of the local organizing team, which includes Priya Sitaraman, Saji Matthew, Vignesh Ilvarasaran, Sanjay Verma, Indranil Bose, and Deepa Mani, I welcome you all to ICIS 2020 and look forward to seeing you there. Thank you.
So my job is to give you a little bit of information about the conference and what awaits you in Hyderabad. Next slide, please. So this is the symbol of Hyderabad, the Charminar Mosque. You'll see this on a lot of publications that deal with Hyderabad. We already have a very exciting program planned for you. Without going into a lot of detail, we have everything out on the website already, the call for papers, the 20 tracks along with the track chairs and all the people that are involved with that. The important dates, especially if you're considering submitting a paper, and I hope that most of you will consider. The actual submission deadline is May the 3rd, and the notification will be July 30th. The conference itself is going to be on December 12th through the 13th. Back a slide, thank you. The opening reception will be the traditional Sunday night, and then we will end on Wednesday. But before we go, we will have a fabulous social event on Tuesday evening. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a second. Next slide. Okay, so we will be at the Hyderabad International Convention Center, which is a very large space, very modern. I think you'll enjoy being there. There's an attached Novotel hotel, but because we expect a lot of you to join us in Hyderabad, we have 2 other hotels that we've contracted for as well, the Westin and the Trident, which are both very nice, modern, international business hotels. The doctoral consortium for the 40 lucky students who are selected will be at a very fabulous, amazing property, the Taj Krishna Hotel, 5-star plus lodgings for the doctoral students. So make sure your students apply. Next. This is where we're working hard right now to have the social event. This is the Falaknuma Palace in Hyderabad. It was one of the many palaces of what was once the richest family in the world. It's been converted into a 5-star plus hotel. The view that you're looking at is from where we hope to hold the social event on the lawn. It will be a really amazing experience that you'll remember long after the conference. And Hyderabad is accessible from all over the world. There are flights to Mumbai and to Delhi from everywhere, and there are many direct flights to Hyderabad, especially from the Middle East. And finally, the weather. Dr. Day talked a little bit about the weather. Although the weather here has been absolutely amazing, we can promise absolutely amazing weather as well. You can see that in December, the average temperature is about 84 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of about 59, which is a little bit higher than what it is outside right now. Absolutely no rain, guaranteed no rain at all, and very low humidity. So it will be very, very comfortable. And finally, we'll leave you with a very short video that gives you some of the highlights of where we'll be and some of the highlights of Hyderabad. And I hope to see you all there a year from now. Thank you. Thank you.
So what's up for this evening is the social event. We would like to remind you that you must wear your name badge to enter the social event. And please don't forget your social event because it has a train ticket to it. If you would like to know how to get there, there's of course an app that you can read. Or,
Well, if you go, oh, well, he's getting dressed here. If you look at the conference app, tonight's event is the last thing on today's schedule, and if you click on the More part of that event, it will give you some very detailed directions on how to walk out the front door, turn left, take how many steps and how many minutes to get you to the social event. So very easy directions, very explicitly on our app. Now the trick will be getting back because you have to be able to read the directions from the bottom up. So I have every confidence everybody can do that. I will also point out for those of you who have not participated on the subway system yet, it's a phenomenally high quality train. It's very prompt, very safe, and I've been on it many, many times, a very safe train system. Please don't feel afraid to try and get yourself there. And in case you can't follow the directions on the app, there will be
people with orange hats. Don't hunt them. They are there to guide you. On the way to the subway, you will find people with orange hats as wayposts. At the subway entrance, we will group you, so we will get you into the various subway cars. And 2 stations before you have to leave, there will people enter the subway train with orange hats. They will guide you out of the subway cars, if you follow the orange hats, and then guide you to the street, where you see again orange hats as guideposts. It should serve well, and we hope you find us at Löwenbräu Keller tonight. Thank you.
one more reminder on behalf of our communications chairs. If you have not had an opportunity so far to enter your genealogy into the genealogy project, there are screens in the exhibit area where you can either, it has a website and a code where you can just take a picture and enter your information right into it and be part of a huge network of relatives. Meet your grandparents, meet your grandchildren who are associated with your own research heritage.
Tomorrow's keynote, remember we have 3 keynotes, will be the Chief Executive Officer of the newest German unicorn company and this year's winners of the German Future Award. Concluding the series of keynotes on innovation systems, we will welcome Sebastian Nominara, the CEO of the company Celonis that you have found at the exhibitor stands.
So thanks, and we'll see you all tonight.
See ya.